So CD Anudeep.
Hi sir, how are you sir?
I'm doing good, Anudeep. How are you doing?
I'm doing great sir, thank you for asking.
So where you are from, Anudeep?
Basically I'm from Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh.
Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh.
Yes sir.
So that means Anantapur is a local or is there any village?
No, within the city only sir.
Okay, you are from Anantapur city.
Yes sir.
Okay. So Anantapur is famous for?
Anantapur is famous for like farming sir, agriculture.
Okay. Agriculture.
Yes, there were like too much of paddy fields as well as groundnut fields as well.
Okay, great,
Yes,
great. But Anantapur is near to Bangalore, I think so. As per
Yes
my
sir,
knowledge.
Bangalore it is like around 260 kilometers from Anantapur. When it comes to Hyderabad it is like 380 kilometers from Anantapur sir.
So then why Hyderabad?
Sir, why Hyderabad means it is like my elder sister, she stays in Hyderabad since from 14 years. So she'll always praise the culture over here, and I also love the culture over here, all the Telugu people. So that is the reason I prefer Hyderabad rather than Bangalore sir.
Great. So do you love Hyderabad biryani?
Yes sir, always.
Great. Fine. So BCom 2023
Yes sir.
from Acharya Nagarjuna University.
Correct.
So with the percentage of 75.
Yes sir.
Great. So yeah. So I'll ask few questions.
Sure.
So based on your resume. So you mentioned here you are a hard-working person.
Yes sir.
So how you are a hard-working person?
Sir, I have couple of scenarios. When I'm in the intermediate first year, so I got like 238 marks, around like 440 marks, which is very less and very least score. So at that time, there is another point, like there is chance of improvement examination for intermediate first year. So at the time, my father denied first, like I don't want to continue your studies like that. So I begged my father, like just give me one chance, I'll prove myself and I'll work hard. So at the time, I really worked hard and I got like 140 marks, which is very much higher. And I compared with other students as well and other colleges as well in my hometown. So they also said me, like, as well as my lecturers, they said me like 140 marks, which is outstanding marks, which is going to be very tough to gain in the improvement exams. So that's where I feel like I'm very hardworking person.
Okay, fine. So yeah, can you please tell me about yourself?
Yes sir. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is CD Anudeep. I am from Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. I've recently completed BCom in the stream of Commerce from Acharya Nagarjuna University in the year 2023. So coming to my strength is like hardworking. Coming to my family, as a family we are 5, me, mom, dad. I have 2 elder sisters. My dad, he works for state government. My mom, she's a homemaker. One sister, she works for ICICI Bank, and other sister, she works for Union Bank of India. And coming to my goals, my short-term goal is like I want to get a job and I want to be successful in the well-reputed company like yours. And my long-term goal is like I want to work hard and still I want to grow in my finance profession. That's it, sir.
Okay. Fine. So you said your father is working in the government sector.
Yes, sir.
What do you learn from your father?
Sir, I learned like he'll take very more challenges to lead his life and to lead the family as well. He really work hard to lead the family, and in order to his professional career also, he really work hard for this. So that's where I learned from my father.
Okay. What is your strength and what is your weakness?
Sir, as I mentioned, like my strength is hardworking. Coming to my weakness, I was bad at money management. So when I'm doing my BCom, so in the initial year only, I used to spend money like a lot. I don't even thinking about the future. Like I don't even used to keep a small petty cash also with me for the future expenses. So couple of times I faced like a lot of issues, and at the time I used to ask other people. So which is very weird for me. Later on, as I'm matured, I'm taking suggestions from my father as well as my sisters. So now I'm turning my weakness into my strength, sir.
Okay, so that means as a BCom and MBA students, if you are not able to manage the money,
Sir.
how you are able to manage the roles and responsibilities in the company?
Sir, that was my weakness in the past. So now I turned completely into my strength, sir. So I'm very pretty sure about my money management, and I'm very good at my money management, sir.
Okay, so as I do observe, you have a good communications and you have a good academic record, and at the same time these all things which I'm sure that why you can't go for MBA masters?
So currently I'm satisfied with what I have now, BCom. So till now I've done like theoretical, I have theoretical knowledge, but now I want to keep the same theoretical knowledge into the practical, and I want to improve my skills, and I want to grow according to the organization goals.
So that means you don't have any plans.
No, sir.
Sure.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah. So why Deloitte?
Why Deloitte? As it's one of the big four company in the world. Like there are four companies: PwC, EY, Deloitte, and KPMG. Deloitte, it's a very powerful brand in the market. So that is the reason. And one of my cousin also, he works for Deloitte, and he always praises about the work culture and about the security of employment. And there is one scenario like when I'm doing my graduation, couple of employees from Deloitte, they came for a presentation as a CSR initiative from the Deloitte. So at that time, they given a very good presentation that makes me to move towards Deloitte. So at the time, I kept like Deloitte. If I want to do a job, I want to do in this company. So at the time, it became my dream company, sir.
So then Deloitte is giving a 5 lakh salary and Accenture is giving 8 lakh salary. Which company you are going to select?
Obviously Deloitte, sir, as it is my dream company.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The money is good and Accenture is an excellent company. Why you can't like?
Sir, I'm not telling the Accenture is not a bad company, but my dream is like to work into Deloitte. Money is not matter for me, sir.
Okay. So tell me, what is the reason why I want to select you?
Sir, why you want to select means as I'm a BCom graduate, I have a good theoretical knowledge and I've seen the job description as well. So I think I may be good fit for this position, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because the pressure, month ends, year ends, night shift, so everything like kills us.
It's okay for me, sir. It's okay.
The initial days, if you can say yes, but in the long term, definitely. How you can manage the pressure?
So in order to pressure, like in order to handle pressure, I don't take my work culture into my home and my home things into work. So that's where that's the first step I'll take in order to handle pressure, as well as like I can say like if I think anytime I'll handle pressure, or if I think like if I'm going through any pressure, so I'll go out and I'll be in a very calm and composed manner, and I'll make sure that I'll complete my task on time. So that's where if my task will be on time, that I don't feel like there will be any pressure for me.
Just you can assume. So if I'm not hired you, so what's your feeling?
Sir, if you don't hire me, like I'll cross check my things, I'll recollect and I'll improve my mistakes where I've done, and I'll recheck again and I reapply again after the cooling period, sir, whatever may be the cooling period.
So basically this is a night shift. Are you willing to work with a night shift?
Yes, sir.
We don't have any cab facility or something.
I have my own transport facility. I'll come on my own two-wheelers.
Okay. So how could you rate about yourself in the finance and accounting subject? Because our job and our life is entirely like related to core side.
Yes, sir.
So how could you rate about yourself out of 10?
I'll rate like 6.5 for 10.
6.5.
Yes, sir.
It's good.
Yes.
So you're good?
Yes, sir, I'm good.
Okay. So what is a debit note and what was the journal entry for debit note?
The debit note is nothing but like purchase returns. So the journal entry, it will be like creditors or suppliers account debit to purchase returns account.
So why the creditors or suppliers account is debit and why the purchase returns is credit?
Sir, actually in the initial when we are purchasing goods on credit basis, at the time the entry will be like purchase account debit to creditor. Why? Because creditor means it is payable for the business. It's a liability. So when we return the goods, the liability will be cancelled. So that is the reason the reverse entry will be like the creditor's account debit to purchase returns account, which means like purchase returns, it's an income to the business. Why? Because that's it, sir.
Okay. So purchase returns is an income. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
So what is the golden rules and real time rules? How it is working?
Golden rules of accounting, it is nothing but based on three accounts: real accounts, personal accounts, nominal accounts. Real accounts, it deals with assets, and personal account, it deals with liabilities. When it comes to nominal account, it deals with expenses, losses, incomes and gains. So according to real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And according to personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. And according to nominal account, debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So when it comes to real time rules of accounting, we have to debit if assets and expenses will be increased, and we have to credit if assets and expenses will be decreased. If liabilities and incomes are increased, we have to credit. If liabilities and incomes are decreased, we have to debit, sir.
So you said like based on the IAS we will follow the golden
rules, and when it comes to real time rules, IFRS, based on IFRS we will follow real time rules.
Do you know who will follow the IAS and who will follow IFRS?
No idea, sir.
Okay. So what is materiality?
Materiality, it is nothing but it's a convention of accounting principles. So according to materiality convention, all the physical, all the things which are according to the books of accounts, that should be matched with physical. For example, stock. There is like in our books of accounts, it is like 1 lakh rupees of stock. But when it comes to really like physically, it is like 90,000. So that is not comes under materiality. So what is in the books of accounts, that should be matched physically also. That is called as materiality.
If it is not matched physically?
Something, there might be like, I'm not sure, but there might be like any mistake or misappropriation of the maintaining of books of accounts.
That is a fraud.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So can you please tell me what is a going concern concept and how the going concern concept is working?
Going concern concept. According to the going concern concept, we'll assume like our business will move for future years. For example, if you are purchasing any asset, any fixed asset, so we'll purchase any fixed asset in order to assuming like our business will go in future. From that, we'll get something in return. So that's where going concern concept will work, sir.
So based on the IFRS rules, the fixed assets are divided 3 types.
Yes, sir.
So just now you said like you have some bit of knowledge of IFRS. Can you please explain how the assets are divided and what was the things we need to do?
So basically assets are divided into 3 types: tangible assets, intangible assets, and natural assets, sir. So tangible assets, it is nothing but like which we can feel, touch, and we can see. Example like plant and machinery, furniture. So when it comes to intangible asset, it is nothing but like we can't feel, we can't touch. For example, goodwill, patents, copyrights, trademarks. So when it comes to natural assets, it is came into existence according to nature. Like example, land. We can take land. Yes.
Okay. Land is a depreciable asset or not?
Non-depreciable asset, sir.
What is the reason?
Sir, always the land value will be appreciable. It will not be depreciable, sir. For example, like we purchase land in the year 2024. If at all we'll sell the land in the year 2025, then 100% it will get like more price than what we purchased in the initial. So for example, when we take example of machinery, for example, we purchased in the year 2024. If the same machinery we are going to sell in the year 2025, then that is called as second hand asset. It is not called as a first hand asset. So
that means you are simply telling land is not depreciated, it will be appreciated.
Yes, sir.
I am not agree for that. If you can take one example, in the Amaravati, I purchased in the year of 2004. The land value is 40 lakhs. So when coming to when the Jaganis came into the government, that land rates went to 4 crores. Now again after Amaravati is cancelled, the same rate was there. So that means it is increased and also decreased.
Sir, it may be like according to the political circumstances, it may be depreciable, but the land will be always appreciable, sir.
That is not. I will not agree with that.
No, sir. I'm
Fine.
not sure about that.
Okay. So next. So tell me what is amortization and how the amortization can be calculated.
Amortization. It is nothing but the gradual decrease in the value of intangible fixed assets. So, for example, it will be calculated like amortization account debit to intangible fixed assets account. Yes, sir.
What is the journal entry for that?
That's what amortization account debit to intangible fixed assets account.
Can you please tell me what is the intangible fixed asset example for that so I can understand easily?
Goodwill, sir. For example, amortization account debit to goodwill or patents or copyrights, trademarks.
Okay. So, what is the trial balance and what exactly we do in the trial balance?
Okay. Trial balance, it is a part of final accounts, and it is nothing but it's an internal statement which is prepared to know the arithmetical accuracy of the accounts. In trial balance, we will take all the balances of the ledgers and we will prepare a statement. So it should be tallied. If that is tallied, then our balance sheet will get tallied, sir. It's a trial balance sheet. It is nothing but trial balance sheet.
So that means you can say trial balance is a part of final accounts?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. How many types of trial balance we do have?
So we have, like, according to me, 3 types of trial balances. One is like gross trial balance method, one is net trial balance method, and another one like compound trial balance method. Yes, sir. So in gross, we'll take the balances, like what I mean to say, the total, sir. The total of the account will take in
So that
consider.
means ledger accounts which you are telling?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So for example, the total of the master account is 1 lakh. So we'll take that 1 lakh into consideration. So when it comes to net, we'll take the balancing figure of the account, one particular account. When it comes to compound account, we'll take both. Like we'll consider gross as well as net. It is prepared like by auditors to in order to like to see the P analysis, if I'm not wrong. So that's what the thing is.
Okay. Do you have an analysis prospect? Do you have any idea about a peer analysis? Do you know SWOT analysis?
SWOT analysis, I know a little bit, like strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats.
How we are making of a strength, weakness? Do you have any idea with doing of a company or project or something?
No, sir.
Not yet. Okay. So where this process is related to commercial banking and investment banking. So do you have any idea about the commercial banking and investment banking?
Yes, sir. I do have idea. So commercial banking is nothing but it accepts deposits and it gives loan to the public. It is nothing but, we can say, it's a normal bank. When it comes to investment banking, it acts as an intermediary between the public as well as the company. So for example, if companies want to go for an IPO, then public want to invest the money. So they'll invest the money through investment banking. That's where it defines, sir.
Okay. So what do you mean by IPO and what is the procedures we need to follow in the IPO?
So I'm not sure, like I don't know the exact procedures, but I have little bit idea. So IPO is nothing but initial public offering. So when a private, for example, when a company is going to be public or listed in the stock market like NSE or BSE in India, so first they'll issue a prospectus, and they'll be like underwriters who will prepare all these things, and with the help of underwriters, the company will go for an IPO. So there will be some lots, if I'm not wrong. I'm not have that much knowledge on that, sir.
Fine. So you said, like, you have an idea on commercial banking. So in the commercial banking, you said, like, I will give the loans. So what do you mean by loan, and how many types of loans generally we will give in the commercial banks?
Okay, a loan is nothing but it is given to the public. It's an asset to the bank when it is given to the public. So loans are divided into like secured loans, unsecured loans, term loans. Again, term loans is divided into like short-term loan, mid-term loan, and long-term loan, sir.
So what is a secured loan, and what are the things we need to put on from the client or customers? Can you please tell me?
So a secured loan is nothing but we are offering a loan for a security. For example, housing loan. So the customer will come to the bank and they'll give their house with the bank and they'll take the money. Whatever the money and whatever the market price over there, there will be some calculations. So that is called a secured loan. When it comes to unsecured loan, it is nothing but like without any security, the bank will give money. For example, like personal loan or credit cards. So another thing like term loan. Term loan is nothing but it is given for a development of business. Again, term loan is divided into 3 types. Short-term loan, which is like within a period of 12 months, it is going to be cleared. When it comes to mid-term loan, 1 year to 5 years. When it comes to long-term loan, more than 5 years, not more than 25 years.
So then you said security loan is putting off something. Then what is a mortgage?
So mortgage is kind of loan, but they'll take mortgage is nothing but it's a kind of loan where the person will take in order to purchase house or else to renovate the house. But when it comes to secured loan, they'll keep already a ready house. They'll keep as a security with the bank and they'll take the money. Yes, sir.
So how many types of mortgages we do follow and how this works?
So mortgages is nothing but like it is like fixed rate mortgage, reverse rate mortgage, interest rate mortgage, FHA, and secondary mortgage.
What do you mean by FHA?
FHA is Federal Housing Administrative, which is it's a kind of mortgage where it gives loans to low income grade people, sir.
Example?
Example like the people who are in the rural areas. So for them, the government will provide, sir.
So in India that is there, or in US, which country? We have an idea?
I think That is in US, not in India, sir, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. So what is a reverse rate mortgage?
A reverse rate mortgage. So it is nothing but like the person who are above 60 years of age. So if they want if they are in need of money, so they'll keep their home with the bank and they'll take the money. So if at all that person will dies, so the what is it, sir? It was like the legal heirs of that person, they'll go to the bank, they'll pay the amount and they'll get back the home. Or else if there is no any procedure like that, then the bank only will sell the property in the auction and they'll get back the money in compensation with that loan amount.
So in this reverse rate mortgage, who is the first legal hire?
First legal hire.
You know what do you mean by legal hire?
Yes, I know,
Yeah.
but
Who is the first legal hire?
blood relative.
So who are they?
It may be like son, daughter.
Okay. Wife?
I think wife may not be, sir.
100% wife is a legal hire.
Okay, sir.
Widow or whether is she is. Just for information.
Okay, sir.
So yeah. Basically, so these companies, generally we deal with the companies, like do you have any company, that means the client information needs to be in the company category, right? So can you tell me like what do you mean by company and how these companies were formed? What do you mean by public companies and private companies?
Okay. So company is nothing but it's an artificial person. Where it has separate act, separate law. It is completely different from natural person. It has its separate legal entity as well. So company is basically divided into two types: private company and public company. So when it comes to private company, it is like minimum numbers are 2, maximum are 200. And when it comes to public company, the minimum are 7, maximum is unlimited. So private company can't go with IPO. I mean, like they can't accept the investment from the outsiders. And when it comes to public company, it can go for an IPO and it can accept the investment from any other people, sir.
Okay. So what do you mean by profit and loss appropriation, and how do you divide or distribute the shares or something, the profits or whatever it may be? May I know that process?
Yes, sir. P&L appropriation account is nothing but we'll prepare it after the preparation of profit and loss account and before the balance sheet. So in this, it is nothing but we'll distribute the profits to the shareholders on basis of the net income of the company. So for example, like it is calculated on basis of EPS, earning per share, where the formula it comes like net income total divided by number of shares available in the company.
Okay, so that
Yes,
means
sir.
you will find out one share value equals to how much.
Yes, sir.
So what is the profitability ratios and the profitability ratios used in the real time?
No idea, sir.
No idea
No idea,
how
sir.
this work? Okay. So do you have any idea about the preference shares and equity shares? What is the difference between?
Yes, sir, I have some idea.
Yeah.
So equity shares is nothing but like the one who holds the equity shares, they are called as equity shareholders, and they are the real owners of the company. And if there is any like meetings in the company like AGM or EGM, so they are allowed to attend the meetings. Whereas when it comes to like preference shareholders, they don't have any right to attend and participate in the meeting, and they don't have voting rights as well, where equity shareholders have the voting rights. And when it comes to at the time of liquidation, first the company will give preference to the preference shareholders as they are the outsiders for the company. So after that, if there is any amount available for the distribution, then they'll go for equity shareholders, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine, Mr. Anudeep. So do you know the P, you said about a peer analysis. Do you know any comparative analysis of income statement?
Sir, I have a little bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like
At least can you tell me how the income statement can be worked? What are the line items should be included in your income statement?
So first of all, income statement is nothing but it's an external statement, and it is a key financial statement of the business. So in this, we'll calculate net income or net loss by considering all indirect expenses and all indirect incomes. So for it starts with like sales minus COGS, we'll arrive gross profit, and we'll deduct operating expenses from that, and we arrive like operating income. So operating expenses is nothing but like selling expenses, distribution expenses, advertisement expenses. So after net income, we'll add non-operating incomes and we'll deduct non-operating expenses. For example, like if there is any loss from the lawsuit, or if we gain any profit from the investments, we'll add that, and after that we'll arrive like net income before tax. So from that we have to deduct provision for taxation, and then we'll arrive like net income after tax, which is available to distribute for the shareholders.
Yeah. So you mentioned one word is called like loss from the lawsuit.
Sir.
Do you know what that expenses is?
So for example, like it's an it is not an expected thing, sir. Which is totally unexpected. For example, if company is going through any legal action, so at that time, if company fails to win in that lawsuit, so at that time it fails loss.
Yeah, that is what when the case is defeated, like automatically that loss can considering as loss of the lawsuit.
Sir.
Yeah. Fine, man. So, do you have any ERP knowledge?
ERP knowledge. It's an enterprise resource planning. Which
Exactly. Do you have any tools? Do you have an idea about something SAP or otherwise Tally or something?
I don't have that much knowledge, but ERP, it's like Tally is one ERP tool. I know that much only, sir.
Okay, not in depth. Which
no, sir.
Do you have any idea about Excel?
Yes, sir. Pivot table and VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP.
Okay. Do you know the pivot table?
Yes, sir. So pivot table, it is nothing but we can see the data in different aspects. Like for example, I mean like there are number of students in the class and who were toppers and who were.
So simple. My question is like, what is shortcut for pivot table? Shortcut key for pivot table.
It is nothing but Alt plus N plus V plus T.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So you mentioned VLOOKUP.
Sir.
Do you know what is VLOOKUP formula?
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me?
Is equals to VLOOKUP, open bracket, table array, column index number, range lookup, close the bracket.
Okay, fine, Mr. Randeep. So, yeah, I'm pretty impressed, but here some of the challenges were there to hire you.
Okay.
So, majorly here, one more round is called Voice and Versant.
Okay.
The people who can crack this round, and then only my HR can shortlist it for you. So, I'm expecting for the hope for the best.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Thank you for that.
do your best. If you are shortlisted, definitely you can see me again.
Sure, sir.
Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.